Hello, welcome to a new Ostrich video, and today I want to show you how to set up the Piper Comanche from A2A. From the cold and dark state, how we are now, it's just parked, we just got into the aircraft, and how to set it up to take off. So at the moment, as you may or may not see, we are in Monterey, California, and our aircraft is parked on the apron, and let's go flying. So, first thing first, we have to check that we have all the necessary documents on board, and they are here. Then the necessary equipment is on board. What means, for example, if you're flying overseas, you would need some life vests. If you're flying higher than 10,000 feet, you would need oxygen, and so on and so forth. Everything is nice there, so now we can remove the control locks. Also hide the yoke, makes things a little bit easier. And then we put the master switch on. Look at our fuel. It's still okay. It's just a short flight, so a quarter of a tank is still adequate. Then we look at the fuel selectors and see they are both on the main tanks, as they should be, so that's nice. And then we would check the lights. So first, navigation lights on, landing lights, strobe lights, beacon lights. So we look outside and we see rear navigation is on, strobe is on, beacon is working nice, nav light is working nice, landing lights both are working nice, and the other nav light as well. So we can go back to the flight deck, switch all the lights off again. And the next thing would be to check the probe heats. So we go to the walk around feature, remove the pitot tube cover, go back to the flight deck and switch it on. Wait a few seconds, and then we check the pitot heat. And now you see it's red, so the pitot heat is working fine. So we can switch this off again. Then put the flaps fully down. And switch the master switch off again. Very nice. Then we make sure that the magnetos are off, that the parking brake is set, and the mixture is in idle cutoff. It's also really important if you have like physical yokes or throttle controls, and make sure that they're set correctly, because otherwise your sim and your physical throttle controls may disagree, and then you jump forward, what you want to avoid. So everything is checked here, so now let's do the walk around. Wiggle on the flaps, sounds normal, all screws are in, very nice. And screws, everything is looking nice here as well. Check the fuel level, check the fuel for contamination, everything's looking good. Everything's looking good here as well. Remove the tie downs and the wheel shocks. Then we check the fuel level. It's still fuel in, as we expected, but not full. Also no contamination. Check the prop, everything's looking nice. Nothing stuffed in here. Then we check the oil. Slightly below 9, so that's still okay. Checks the hour fuel tank. Again, not full, but full enough. Removes the wheel shocks and the tie downs. Looking at the leading edge, everything's looking nice here as well. Checks the stall warning. Everything is nice. Pitot tube we already checked. And lights leading edge looking nice as well. Fuel is full. No contamination. All the screws are still in, very nice. Sounds okay. Also, all the screws are still in. Clean the static port. Then remove the last tie down. check all the connections, everything is nice here. That looks good as well. And lastly, wiggle it around. Sounds nice, okay. Luggage compartment is closed, so we can go back to the flight deck. And now start with the before start checklist. So we would now brief our passengers. Let's say that's done. Then we put the seatbelts on, done as well, and the flaps up. We check the radios are off, and they are. Circuit breakers are all in. Electrical switches are all off. Autopilot is off. Rotating beacon is on. Carpet is off. Fuel selector is on the Zyar tank. Still, very nice. And the gear switch is in the down position. So with this done, we finished the before start checklist. And by the way, if you want the checklist for download, just go on the links below. On my Twitch site you will find the download for the checklists. So let's start our engine. So we crack the throttles. The prop control is already fully forward. Mixture fully forward. Master switch is on. We check that the landing gear light is green. What is this? We check our fuel. Engine temperatures are okay, so nothing hot, so we can prime the engine. Let's check the electric fuel pump. You'll hear it sound and you see that the fuel pressure is rising, so everything is okay here. And we can switch it off again. Then we prime the engine. So 3 strokes as usual. Close it again, then put the magnetos on both. Verify that the propeller is clear. Also, if you like, shout clear prop, or in a real aircraft you have to shout clear prop. And with this we can engage the starter. Engine is starting, we are looking at the oil pressure coming up, oil temperatures coming, yeah, it needs a bit coming up. We have positive ends, fuel suction is coming up, cylinder head temperature will come up as well, and PGT is coming up as well. So now we lean the engine and reduce it below 1000 RPM. And with this, the startup checklist is complete as well. So let's do the before taxi checklist. Very nice. So avionics master is on, radios are on, and transponder is on alt. Very nice. Navigation light is on. Autopilot is checked, or not yet, but in a second. So now the autopilot is doing its self-test. And we see it's ready now. So now you can switch it off again, or I just leave it on. Then we set our altimeter, and to do this, we listen to the airport info, what is here in Monterey on 11925. So let's set there. Yeah, there it was 11925.
Monterey Airport Information Hotel 0217 Zulu. Wind 346 at 10. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions. Few clouds at 10,600.
A bit windy.
Temperature 10.
Would you and we use runway 10, what is exactly the runway in front of us, so short taxiway. Very nice. So let's switch to where's the ground frequency, 120.87. altimeter. I wasn't, we can set it here, but more precise to just press the B key. Then we set our heading indicator, so it's at 33.2, so that's really nice. So, or press D and you get it corrected, but it was already on the correct setting. But don't rely on this, check it always. All our flight instruments looking normal and nice now. Airport info we already had. Probe heat is temperature was 10 degrees. We have a few clouds, but nothing special, so that is not required. Very nice. Ground frequency is in, and then we already put the tower in. So let's have a better view of the radius. 118.4. So 118.4 have this in, and now we can start. With the taxi, in real life you of course get the taxi clearance, but it's a sim. I don't have ATC, so we take the clearance as given. Our aircraft is moving, so tap the right brake, right reaction, and then tap the left brake. Very nice. And we are back on track. Stop before entering the runway, so we just stop at the marking. Go below 1000 RPM. Set the parking brake, and now we do our engine run up. Run up, really important, because we want to know that your engine is in a nice flying condition. So we check that the parking brake is set. We check the fuel quantity again, and we verify that the fuel selectors are on the desired tank. So you see, as we did it already 3 times, fuel settings are quite important. The mixture is set fully forward, prop control fully forward, and now we advance the throttle to 2000 RPM. Very nice. We check that the oil pressure is fine, oil temperatures are fine, we have positive amps, fuel suction is fine, as well. Cylinder head temperature is also nice. I mean, the engine isn't running for so far, so we don't expect it to be in the green already, and it's definitely not too hot, so that's nice. Then we do the Mac check, so to the right, about 100 drop, back to both, sorry, a little bit left, and then to the right. Again, the drop isn't dramatic, so everything is fine here. Then we cycle the props 3 times. It also gives our cylinder head temperatures a hand up. The fuel is rising now. 3 times, and we wait till the RPM is back up, and now we check our car feed. So we pull it out, and you see the RPM is dropping as we expected, and if we push it back in, the RPM is coming back, and so everything is fine here. So now we reduce the RPM again and leave the engine again, because we don't want our spark plugs to foul. So under 1000 RPM is just fine. And this completes the engine run-up checklist. Now we can put the headphones in. I always leave the headphones out when I do the run-up, so that I hear better what the engine is doing, but now we can put the headphones in. I mean, in a real aircraft you would put the headphones in because then you wouldn't be able to hear ATC unless you have it on speaker. So anyway, now the before takeoff checklist. We check the controls, so that's looking nice. Yeah, everything like it should be. Also rudder. Be careful with the rudder, because if you push the rudder, the parking brake will go out. So now again, check the flight controls. Yeah, that's doing what it should do. Same for the elevator. And also nice modeling, as you see how the aircraft goes down. Very nice. So controls are checked, so we can hide the yoke again. Again, fuel selectors are on desired tank. Yes, nothing changed there. Electric fuel pump is on. Landing lights are on. Strobe lights are on as well. Carpet is not necessary, and it should be off anyway. Instruments are all looking fine, and no unusual indications, so that's okay. Autopilot is ready but off. Prop control, so let's look for the trim tab before. So set the trim to neutral. Then close the door. Close it and lock it. Then let's put some lights on, because it starts to getting dark in here. And also this light. Interesting, doesn't work. But okay, maybe we need a bit more engine power for this. So, flaps are set for takeoff, one down. Doors locked, and now we can switch to tower. Next frequency will be where we have a NorCal departure on 127.5. So 127.5 puts us already, and verify at 15. So always verify your frequencies. Very nice. So tower, we don't hear anything on the radio that's approaching. Also, we check the approach path. Everything is nice and clear. There are no aircraft to see. So let's assume we have our takeoff clearance. Release the parking brake by just tipping on the toe brakes. Advance the throttle a bit. And our aircraft should start moving. Very nice. So now we roll on the runway. You look, our compass is doing what it should do. It's turning. Turn and bank indicator works as well, so everything's fine there. Align ourselves with the center line. Yes, my taxiing skills aren't the best, but yeah, that is right about okay. So mixture at a full ridge, because we are relatively low. Don't do this on a high altitude airport like Toho in this area. And then we advance the throttle slowly. Not too fast, because you don't want to go over the red mark. What you can do, if you just push it fully forward, that's not as good for the engine, to be honest. So let's keep it there and keep it on the runway. Bit more rudder, yes. 90 knots, so we start to rotate. Now we are off. Positive climb is indicated, so let's put the gear up. Set the RPM to 24. Manifold pressure is already at 24, and we can put the flaps up. Clean up and do a left turn, because in front and to the right are some mountains. Now we climb, we don't need such an excessive climb rate. We need to trim up the aircraft a bit, and that's it. So now we are on the air, we can fly to our destination, what in this case will be Half Moon Bay. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you liked it, and as always, if you have questions, comments, just leave them down below and I try to answer them as quickly and correctly as possible. And then all that's left to say is thanks for watching and see you the next time. Bye bye. And yes, if you want, subscribe, leave a like, and do the usual YouTube stuff. So with this, bye bye and see you at the next time.